So you asked me to check out a game called CRETE. This is in playtest or alpha. And the reason I'm sharing it, because I like it. You know how many games I play, but usually I search for something really unique and new, and something that, you know, I feel that, all right, this is another cool game that I play, but still something that has some of the core gameplay elements that I actually enjoy playing. And I can tell you that this one actually nails it in many aspects. First of all, the roguelike elements and also the combat feels kind of a Souls-like. You can parry, you can dodge, you can even perfect parry and dodge. There's melee combat, there's also shooting. You can shoot with a gun. This kind of roguelike, so you have permanent upgrades and temporary upgrades you use for the run. And there's also type of extraction element to the game where you can find different stations, we can extract different DNA strands, which we're going to talk about this in a moment. That is also kind of a, you know, it's kind of mini extraction that otherwise if you die, you're going to lose them. So this is where the game really shines. It has kind of options to use different DNA strands to combine it to create really cool and unique, you know, crafting weapons based on weapons, armor, and other items based on blueprints. It also has mutations that allows you to use them during the run. There's temporary upgrades, combine them, integrate them into your suit, and each one of them has different options, depends on which one you put in, whether it's for melee, range, mobility, and so on. This is the way you can become stronger during the run. Now at the bottom you can see the red one. The red one is your health. The blue one is kind of a stamina. It's not called stamina, but it's kind of like stamina. So every action that you do, whether you are shooting with your gun, there's no like ammo here or anything, whether you are rolling, dodging, everything will consume this resource. There are also different characters to play, which you can unlock others later on. There's also something which I'm not sure. You can actually see it at the top left corner. Sometimes you kind of awake the area, you get kind of more, if you do more things, you kind of get more aggression towards you. I don't know how it works exactly, but overall it combines really various cool mechanics that works really well together. There's also headshots here, which you can increase damage to headshots and many other things, and it designed very well in an aspect. That being said, let's jump into gameplay. Alright. Now we know better. I know better. It's actually cool that you learn each time. Sometimes with a bit of frustration. Fall damage? No fall damage. By the way, you can see me taking the regular expedition, normal. There's also hardcore expedition. There's also like an endless one as well. But here I'm just doing the normal one. Now each area consists of zones, gates, sorry, basically zones, and you need to reach the end. And after you finish each zone, you open the gate, you have the option to extract. So you need to survive, of course, to be able to get to the point so you can extract your resources. Oh, amazing, you can perfect parry. Now you can clearly see this is so cool that enemies can actually block your attack, and there's some really also cool moves to the enemies can rush at you. There's some even bullets, some type projectiles that some of the enemies do. They can quickly spawn different locations. So really cool stuff going on. Oh no, oh. Finally. Delta DNA. You see, this is the alert level that I talked before. There's something that can alert, and you know you can actually see it at the top left corner. So once you get more enemies get more alerted, more enemies will come after you, and it doesn't matter where you are, they're going to close distance on you. So you need to lower it. If I mean, otherwise you want to engage more. This is one option. But if you want to lower it, there is option to you know, not get so much attention. So again, this is during the run. You can see that I found different mutations, and mutations are used to upgrade your character during the run. You won't carry them outside. So basically what they do, you have the option. For each one, you have different options, depends on which slot you're actually using it, whether it's core, melee, mobility, and range. Right, so you can decide, like, for example, to use the blue one, so the blue one, and put it in melee, and then get the melee benefit of it. So each one has different benefits. You need to see which one you prefer for each section, each slot. Now I have only one, but as you progress, you can unlock more slots for each one. So you can see you can have 3 in total. That allows you to have more upgrades basically for each one. So definitely it leans more towards the extraction type of gameplay mechanic, where you work more towards the permanent upgrades to become stronger rather than rely on only or mainly in-game run upgrades. So it's kind of combination of both, which is cool. There's also some Returnal vibes in this game when it comes also by the way level design, but also bullet hell stuff. Oh no!
We have the right to be here!
So yeah, melee damage, sprint speed, yeah, fine. Get in and transmit. Yeah, finally. All right. Yes, send all the goodies. All right, get right. Oh, what? Oh. Alright, let's get out of here. No! The music! I'm dead. Oh, maybe not. Thought this is an enemy. Alright, so let me show you. There are different options here. For example, you can go to the bioengineering lab. Here you can actually choose. It's not really that clear, but at the top you can see secure generic designs. These are kind of blueprints. And you can just choose the blueprint. And you can see the stats. There are lots of stats, by the way, in the game. It's unbelievable for a character. And you can construct the different options for you to succeed in creating a stronger item. There's really some kind of RNG involved in this as well. So you can see that you can just drag and drop, although I just prefer double tapping. I know it's kind of annoying anyway. And you can just again put the items in place required to craft. And you can see the final stats of the item after you craft them. So there are some, I think, some kind of RNG involved, which is nice. And yeah, you can also do more things. Let me show you. Also check all the stats available for your character. There are lots of them, as you can see, for each section, which is cool. In other words, you can create some, really customized, well-customized builds. But I was playing on the highest graphic setting, just so you know. The game looks okay, far from looking great. I actually was expecting much more than this. But as long as the gameplay is good, well, I'm more forgiving. So you can choose between the different things you crafted from the blueprint. And you can replace different abilities, so you create kind of different build for the main items in the game. So there's also the evolution tree, which basically a skill tree. I don't know how big it's gonna be, but hopefully it's gonna be big. Lots of options for builds. Now there's also option here with some also RNG involved, from my understanding, to create, as you can see, create basically stronger, higher quality genes. You can also see my success rate and all this stuff, and which is pretty cool. Something to play with. Many of the time of looter shooter games or Diablo-like games have something similar like this in a way. So I can try different options and see which genes I can actually get out of it and what quality, and I can create it. So you can see the chance of quality there, final integrity, and once I do merge, you're going to see which gene I'm going to get once I merge it. It's pretty cool. Alright, some really cool mechanics there for crafting powerful builds. I like it. Keep in mind what is here is from the alpha version of the game, so there are things of course needs to be improved. Some things that felt a bit clunky, but really sometimes when you start a game like this and you want to become powerful, some of the mechanics will be a bit clunky until you upgrade, so this is expected. Some little issues, for example, when I played, the game is not really optimized well for controllers of the time making this video, but the thing is, for example, when I just start playing with the keyboard and I was connected, when the controller was, I played with the controller before, it started rotating my controller like crazy, although I'm just playing with the keyboard. Little things like that happen every now and then that just need to be addressed. Also, some of the UI elements I didn't like in the game. Also, things regarding UI and other things that kind of make the game just feels not polished enough. But nonetheless, it's in alpha in state, and overall I really enjoy the premise of the game when it comes to gameplay mechanics. You combine many of the things that I like in so many games. This is why I actually decided what to share it with you, otherwise I just move on. So thanks to the person who actually mentioned this, because I wasn't aware there's a playtest for this game on Steam, and I'm happy that I actually played it. Overall, it seems like it's going to be a very solid game based on the playtest, so definitely recommend checking it out on Steam if you like what you see. Thanks for watching.